Hello guys and welcome back to League One predictions. We are here for a busy 3-game week. We've got predictions for midweek and of course there's loads of content going out on both of our channels at the minute. Our brains are frazzled. I'm joined by Benjamin Bloom. How are you?
I'm good. Should we break the fourth wall? It's Sunday afternoon was the only time we could find to do this. We've barely processed what's gone on yesterday in League One and there's some big stories, but you're right, Matt. Tuesday looks pretty darn good as well, doesn't it?
There's some tasty fixtures that we're going to get into. As always, guys, be sure to share your predictions along with our own. Copy and paste from the description down into the comments. Let me know what you think the scores will be. Make sure to support us, of course. Hit that like button. We'll go for 1,000. Please get involved and subscribe over here to see the League One predictions every week. And subscribe, of course, to the first link in the description. Benjamin Bloom, who is helping me out. We're both busy, but we're still making this work. So please make sure to support Benjamin Bloom. And we'll have the Premier League check-in coming next week as well. Actually, just before we get into the predictions, the scores from last week, 11-11. We both did pretty good, Ben, so we'll both give ourselves a pat on the back for that. Pretty happy with that scoreline.
Yeah, you nailed it with the outcomes, did you? And I got a couple of lucked in with a couple of bob-ons, yeah?
Yeah, but double digits is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
11-11. Definitely.
We always say in the comments, flag it if you get double digits. We want to hear from you.
Let's see if we can do it again. Let's get into Tuesday's fixtures, Ben, and we start at Oakwell. I'm going to let you go first here, Ben. Barnsley versus Charlton.
Yeah, it feels like a biggie, doesn't it? Great win for Barnsley up at Blackpool at the weekend. Are they on a good run now? I guess I need to. No, they've gone back-to-back defeats. It was both against Huddersfield, wasn't it? It was the EFL Cup game in there. Struggling to get a handle on Barnsley. Charlton, I prefer at home, I have to say, and they're. You know, that Birmingham win sticks out a little bit, doesn't it? So I think I'm going to go with the home side, but being I'm not massively convinced, I'll go both teams to score. Do you know what? I'll go for a 3-1. I know with the weather we go low scoring and we go draw heavy, don't we? But I'll go for a 3-1 and I'm going to back Barnsley. Barnsley 3, Charlton 1.
Yep, I like it. It was nearly a scribble then. I thought you were about to say 2-1 because that's what I'm going for. I'm going to go Barnsley 2-1. I like both of these teams, Ben, but they have been inconsistent at times, haven't they? For the expectations you might set for these two. I agree with what you said about Charlton, maybe trusting them a bit more at home. Decent draw against Stockport at the weekend, but as you say, I can't ignore that Barnsley win at in-form Blackpool. So I'm going for Barnsley to make it another 2-1 win. Next up, Ben, let's go to St Andrews. It's Birmingham City versus Bolton Wanderers. And there's one player that comes to mind when I think of this fixture. Can you think who it is?
Birmingham Bolton. Is this a played for both?
It isn't a played for both. It was a dramatic goal.
Oh, was it Gleeson right at the end?
Paul Caddis.
Caddis, not Gleeson. Caddis. Yes. Oh, limbs in the Bolton end. One of Birmingham's very many escapes. Matt, I'm wondering, is this a possible unicorn? And I mean, by that, is this an opportunity where you actually don't predict a Birmingham win? I don't know. How are you feeling about this one?
Well, Ben, I took the bait last week, didn't I? I went for Birmingham to draw with Lincoln, and it went wrong. 3-1 winners in the end. A convincing win against
a very good mate. They were behind for 13 minutes.
Yeah, I know. And they take on Bolton, who have seemed to improve quite a lot since we last worried, should we say, about the gaffer Everett there. But I don't know. I can't see Bolton's good run carrying on here. I think if you're going to go against Birmingham and they prove you wrong, you then just go back to backing them every week again. I'm going to go low scoring here, Ben. I think I'm going to back Birmingham 1-0.
Okay. Yeah, as you were speaking, I was kind of thinking maybe we need to focus on like Birmingham going away to Cambridge or something like that. They'll lose from a corner kick in that game or something. I will counter your low scoring prediction with a high scoring prediction, and I will go 4-2. Birmingham 4, Birmingham 4, Bolton 2.
I love that, Ben. Absolutely love that. Diving straight in with a bonus point there. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But like I say, I always seem to think back to that Paul Caddis goal, and that is some of the best limbs I've ever seen in the Championship. Oh my gosh, yeah. We'll see what happens this time when Birmingham play Bolton. Next up, Ben, Bristol Rovers versus Shrewsbury Town. Shrewsbury played on the Thursday. They lost 2-0 at home to Exeter City. Bristol Rovers, they also lost by 2 goals, but they went away to Huddersfield. I think you could say their assignment was slightly more difficult. I'm thinking possibly a narrow home win. You're up first, Ben.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. We thought Shrewsbury's ridiculous, it was 3-5, wasn't it, at Crawley, was going to be an outlier, and we were right because they followed that with a defeat. Bristol Rovers is hard to kind of trust. Couple of wins, then a couple of defeats looking at their form down there. So I think, like you, I'm going to go with home form, or home advantage, rather. I'm imagining you're either going to go 1-0 or 2-1, but I've got the option to go first here.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take the 2-1.
And that's a scribble. It is a scribble. So now I need to work out what I'm going to do. Yeah, I mean, Shrewsbury, obviously, they scored 5 the week before at Crawley, didn't they? So I was I was hot on them last week because I actually backed them to beat Exeter. That didn't work. Yeah, I can't go against Bristol Rovers. I will go 3-1 then. I'm going to add an extra goal here, spice it up a little bit. Yeah, I think the Gas have been decent at times. I think they're fairly solid at home. I'll go for them to beat Shrewsbury here, 3-1. Okay, Ben, next up, we can now say Burton are the final team not to have won in League One this season. And they take on Wycombe, who you just mentioned off camera, are now third.
And in the EFL, possibly Pompey won. I don't know if someone fact checked me on that in the comments, because Cambridge and Pompey both won at the weekend, didn't they? Look, we gave Wycombe their flowers last week. We were very complimentary, and Richard Kone hat-trick and beat Posh 3-1. I mean, I'm kind of going around the houses here. I suspect everybody in the comments as well is going to be back in Wycombe in this one, even though it's away from home, given where the two teams are in their respective form. So I'll go for a straightforward one. Burton 1, Wycombe 3.
I've written down... Oh, hang on, I'm getting confused here. Oh, no, I think this is one where I should have gone first, Ben. Sorry, I've been confused. I passed over to you. It's actually the fourth game.
Were you going to go 3-1? I'll let you have the 3-1 if you were.
No, I wasn't. Okay. Don't worry, Ben. I've written down 2-1 Wycombe.
Okay. We were close.
We're all over the place. It's the 3-game week. But yeah, we're thinking the same here. I was tempted to maybe back Burton and then ask, could I have a bonus point for it? But
they will win eventually. You know, it will happen, and we'll predict them to lose, and then they'll win. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, and like you say, it'd be typical of League One for it to happen now that Wycombe are doing so well. But like you said, back in Wycombe seems to be working. Actually, I think I backed Wycombe 3-1 last week, and that came in. So, maybe I did get 2 outcomes right last week. I've only just picked up on that. There you go. I'm back in Wycombe again. I'm going 2-1. The next game, Ben, is Crawley versus Lincoln City. I'll let you go first. I know you went first for the last one, but I don't think you're going to be going the same as me. But I'll let you go first. I'll let you ponder on what I might be thinking.
You're never calling a Crawley win on this one. Never in a million years, surely. I'm so sorry to Crawley fans, because I seemed fickle because I enjoyed them for the first 3 games, I think, of the season. But I'm going to keep backing against Crawley because they're just in absolutely horrible form at the moment. Obviously, Lincoln went under, but they went under to Birmingham. So, you don't really read too much into that. I went for a 2-goal away win margin in the last game. I'm going to do the same. Crawley 0, Lincoln 2.
And I'm going to go for a bonus point here, Ben. Crawley 1, Lincoln 4. I just think it really, really smells at Crawley at the moment. Like you say, you rewind back to the first 3-4 games of the season. Obviously, they still have the manager. They started the season all right. It's really all gone pear-shaped, doesn't it, for Crawley now? And I don't see how it's going to turn around. They're going to have to do something special. But Lincoln City, I know they lost 3-1 to Birmingham. A lot of teams are going to lose to Birmingham this season. I will go for them to have a strong reaction and a 4-1 away win. The next one, I think this is tricky, Ben. It's Exeter City versus Reading. Both got good wins at the weekend. Reading beat Crawley 4-1. Exeter won away at Shrewsbury 2-0 on the Thursday, didn't they? I haven't gone for a draw yet. Do I go for one here? Yeah, let's have some fun, Ben. Desmond.
In he goes, Desmond. I'm going on Exeter again. They're just not conceding any goals, are they? I know Reading are pretty free scoring and have scored 4-7-9 in their last 3 home games. But this is an away game. So it makes all the sense in the world for me to back the Exeter clean sheet and the Exeter win. And I'm going to take the 1-0. Exeter 1, Reading 0.
Exeter may be a little bit underrated at the moment, Ben. They're currently up to 5th in the table. That's incredible, isn't it?
I'm a few weeks behind, aren't I? Again, yeah.
No. Same for me. I've only just realised they're up to 5th now, which is incredible. And it seems really like interchangeable at the moment, the playoff picture. We keep getting a surprise team suddenly appearing in there. And if Exeter win this game, they'll stay there for another week or two. The next one, Leyton Orient versus Rotherham, Ben. And I'm not sure about this because 2 teams not in good form.
No. And we've been scrapping around trying to figure Rotherham out all season, expecting to just put them to win most weeks. That hasn't been the case. Orient have been, they haven't even been patchy, have they? Literally had 1 good week, I think, if I'm, no offence, Orient fans, if I'm misremembering that. But I think there was like 7 points in a week, and that's a vast swathe of their actual points total. So for that reason, I am going to back Rotherham, Matt. I'll go both teams to score. I'll go 2-1 and all the goals in the game from set plays if you want a bit of extra.
Yeah, I was tempted to do the 2-1 Rotherham, but I just feel like they've probably been the team that's cost me most points in the predictions in League One so far this season. So Leyton Orient are not in great form, and I don't feel like I can back them. So I think I think we can consider this an unhelpful draw considering where they both are in the table. I'll go 1-1 on this. I think I agree both teams to score. Rotherham haven't had massive problems scoring goals. It just seems like converting that into 3 points, it seems. So I'll go for a 1-1 draw here, Ben. The next one, Peterborough United versus Blackpool. Blackpool, they lost last week. Obviously, we're actually massive fans of Steve Bruce, and we're obviously sad to hear what's happened, and our thoughts and, condolences are with him and his family. They take on Peterborough, Ben, and I'm not sure. Peterborough United, we've said they're underwhelming this season. Blackpool had been on a good run. We said, has the train hit the buffers? I'm going to go for a Blackpool win here. I'm going to go for them to bounce back from last week. I'm going to go Peterborough 1, Blackpool 2. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I just want to echo your sentiments. I know we've had fun with Steve Bruce. Obviously, we respect him greatly as a football personality. But obviously, with the sad news, it's probably appropriate to not be doing any Steve Bruce-trained silly jokes or whatnot this round. And yeah, just like Matt says, seems to have been a really awful few weeks, doesn't it, for the kind of football fraternity, and that news kind of just came in on top. So yeah, just terrible news. We've got to talk about the football. That's our gig here. I think I'll play for the bonus point, being as it's Peterborough. I'll go for a 3-2. I think Steve Bruce is going to be back for this game. We'll all be really happy to see him back to work. Yeah,
so 3-2 Peterborough was that?
Yeah, 3-2 home win for the bonus.
Wow. Yeah, feels like Peterborough. Maybe they're not getting picked up on much because I'm mainly surprised by how underwhelming Rotherham have been, but Peterborough have been pretty underwhelming.
Next to them, Matt, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're right next to them in the table, so they've got to turn it around soon. Okay, interesting this, Ben. 2 teams that got surprise wins at the weekend, I think you could say, Stevenage and Cambridge. Full credit to both of them. Stevenage winning away at Mansfield, considering how high up the table Mansfield were. Great win for Stevenage, and I do tend to prefer them at home, so I thought it was very impressive they did that on the road. But they take on Cambridge, who, yes, okay, they're still in the bottom 4, but that was a big win, and they needed that against Wigan as well, who've been very good defensively.
Oh, did they? And we've got to give Stevenage credit for that. I mean, both of them. But I was watching the highlights back just not very long ago, actually, and you see Stevenage lining up for a set play and you think this is going on the back stick and they're going to head it in. Jake Young swazzes it straight in the top corner. So, yeah, great goal. Great for Cambridge to get off the mark as well. It's a bit of a local derby, this one, isn't it? Although, don't get cross in the comments if you've got other rivalries. I'm just saying the locality is fairly close, and I do live round this way. 10 to back Stevenage at home, 10 to back against Cambridge, Matt. So I'll do that. And it seems so obvious, doesn't it? Stevenage 1, Cambridge 0.
That is a scribble.
Amen, yeah.
So, should I be nice to Cambridge? Or is that going to be one result that sort of sticks out as a bit of an outlier? I hope it's not, but I've got to go for Stevenage. I just think the home advantage is telling me go for them. I'll go 2-0, which once again, it might seem harsh, Cambridge fans. If you win again, we're happy to be proven wrong.
Check it out.
But I'm going to go for Stevenage as well. I'm going for the 2-0. Next up, Ben, Stockport County take on Northampton Town. Well done, by the way, last week. You backed Northampton 1-0, and they did it. And we said they're one of the hardest teams to predict.
That was a bit of a finger in the air prediction, that one as well. Lucky one.
I'll tell you what. You actually got Stockport right, didn't you? Because you said they'd draw 1-1 at Charlton. So
you're killing me, man, with this one now.
It's all set up for you to get this one right. I'm getting confused. I think I'm up first now.
You go for it.
Stockport where are Stockport now? They've fallen down the table a little bit, haven't they? 9th in the table. It's not too far down the table. Yeah, their form's not been as consistent. Looking at it, I think it's 1 win in 6 now for Stockport. And Northampton are a bit strange. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually just turn up and win this, but I'm going to go for what I think is the obvious. I go Stockport to win with a clean sheet, 2-0.
I was all set up to call this the Fraser Horsfall Derby, but I think he got sent off at the weekend. So whether it is or not, he's not going to be playing, is he? So there you go. What did you go for, Matt? Sorry.
2-0 Stockport.
Yeah, I always like Stockport with a clean sheet at home. Look, it's midweek. It's winter. No one said 0-0 yet. Do I want to do that? No, I do fancy Stockport, and you've left me the 1-0, haven't you? If it's 0-0, I'll be gutted, but I'm going to take the 1-0 Stockport.
1-0 Stockport. Okay, yeah. We literally said they're good for a clean sheet, aren't they? I think at home as well, we like them. So I think you can see why our reasoning is going with Stockport to win that one. This is a tricky one. There's some really good games this week, Ben. We've got Wigan Athletic versus Mansfield Town. And you're up first for this. I'm not sure how to call this.
I've no idea, mate. No idea. So Mansfield, we were really high on. Loads of goals, loads of wins. They lose at home to Stevenage. Wigan, we were really praising the defence and all the clean sheets and the robustness. Is that a word? Someone getting the thesaurus in the comments. Robustation. I don't know. They weren't very robust against Cambridge. So they've both gone not the way we thought they would. If this goes back to form, in theory, it's a low-scoring Mansfield win or a 0-0. But it seems madness to predict Mansfield in a 0-0, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't thrown one of those up yet, have I, Matt?
I don't think you have.
I'm not sure I have. I'm going to do that because I haven't got a clue. And whatever result comes in, I'll just go, oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Wigan 1, Mansfield 1.
Yeah, you've literally taken the words out of my mouth with this game. I'm not sure because Wigan tend to be low scoring, good for a clean sheet, had a few 0-0s, and Mansfield are the complete opposite of that. It's always like 3-1 and 4-2 and crazy scorelines. Of course, their game at the weekend was low scoring, losing just the 1-0 to Stevenage. This will be interesting to see how Mansfield react, won't it? I mean, Wigan Athletic as well, because I suppose we could say they were both shock defeats. Wigan losing at Cambridge. I think it'll be a low-scoring Mansfield win. I'm going to go Wigan 0, Mansfield 1. I was tempted to go for the 0-0 here, Ben, but I don't think I'm going to play one this week. I think
just quickly on the fixture list, I hadn't realised. Obviously, we've got Wigan playing Mansfield, and both the shock teams they lost to, Stevenage and Cambridge, are playing each other as well. So, yeah, that one's a little bit less confusing than this one because at least we've got the victors on that side. But anyway, sorry, carry on to the last one.
Yeah, no, that's it. And like you say, these are the two teams that had the surprise defeats. But I'm going to go for Mansfield 1-0 here. Like I say, on the whole, they've been good this season. Maybe that result at the weekend was a bit of a blip. And then the final game, Ben, this could be fireworks. Wrexham versus Huddersfield. It's a really interesting match, and I'm really glad that Huddersfield come into this in some good form now, because they had been sort of wobbling a little bit, but a 3-1 win against Bristol Rovers will do them the world of good. I think with the home advantage, you'd make Wrexham favourites, but if Huddersfield come into this in decent form and decent confidence, they can definitely give them a good game. And I think Wrexham are missing, is it Marriott? I think that's been ruled out with an injury.
Okay.
Jack Marriott. I'm thinking both teams to score here. And I've got to be honest, Wrexham are earning me a lot of points this season. I'm going to go Wrexham 2, Huddersfield 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to play this out because I think a lot of times with Wrexham, their games end up being quite pragmatic because teams sit off them a little bit. Whereas I think Huddersfield are going to press them and are going to run at them. So I actually agree with your premise that it's both teams to score in this one. What did you go? 2-1?
Yeah.
I'll back Wrexham. Oh, you're telling me you're winning lots of points on Wrexham, so I want some of these points, mate, honestly. So I'm going to double you up and raise you with the bonus point. I'll take the 3-2 then. Wrexham 3. Huddersfield 2. Maybe Huddersfield to lead in this one and Wrexham to win the game.
Yeah, possibly. And I tell you what, Ben, it really does feel like a big game, because when you go back to the start of our season, our expectations, we would have thought these two might be the other way around. So if Huddersfield are going to try and close down second place and join Birmingham City in a quick return to the Championship, then they've got to take points off Wrexham and start closing that gap. So maybe the onus is on Huddersfield to go and actually get the win. But share your thoughts, guys, down in the comments. Like I say, we will list the fixtures in the description, so copy and paste and get your thoughts down there. Please make sure you've dropped a like and subscribed over here, and subscribe to Benjamin Bloom, the first link in the description to see more of us. And we'll be back with more League One predictions later this week, Ben. It's going to be a busy week, isn't it?
It is. And honestly, Matt and I sit and big this up. This is not an act. We do genuinely think League One is absolutely fascinating. And this does look like a really great Tuesday. And remember, for those of people who think that everyone just sees through the narrow kind of purview of the team they support, neither Matt and I support teams that are in League One, but there's so much going on in there. So we really love to hear from all the League One fans in the comments, and get your thoughts in. And yeah, we're going to be back very soon.
Yeah, the turnover is crazy. And, oh, God, I don't know what we're going to do when we get to Christmas time. There's games every 2 days. But we'll work it out. I'm sure we will. Honestly, guys, it's your support, which is why we do this content. And we really obviously enjoy interacting with you guys in the comments. So please keep it coming. And like I say, make sure to get involved. And we'll see you next time for League One predictions. Take care. Peace out.